So I'm David Lewis, and I'm the Dean of the University Library. I've been on the campus for a little over 20 years, and I've been the Dean of the Library since 2000, so it's 13 years, I guess.
I am Pat Rooney.
Yeah. And what I remember, I think, if I have this right, is that it was your idea to call the members of the community board advocates.
Oh, I hope so.
So you've been with the board for you've been connected with us for a long time.
Yes, and so if you have been here in your role for 13 years, I probably was first connected or had been connected for about 14 years.
Yeah. So you've been a volunteer. What is it that kept you around that long?
Probably you and your staff. I just congratulate you and your team on the changes that have occurred at this library.
It's hard to look back 20 years because libraries have changed so much.
Yes.
But I think the things that we've been really successful with over the last decade or so, we've done some nice things with the space.
Wonderful things with the space.
And the building doesn't feel 20 years old on most days. And it's still a vibrant place for students. We are still packed all the time.
Hooray.
And then the other piece, which as the world has become digital, it changes what libraries do in lots of ways. And I think we've been really successful in being a leader in how that can be done well.
Something I remember that in the early days that we needed to convey the reality that this library, your library, is a public academic library. Thank you. Public academic library. And I was one of those goofy ones who would say, it's a PAL. But and I don't mean to be silly about that, but this building, your team, really is a PAL in that regular connotation for so many of the people on this campus.
Well, and I think it goes beyond the campus into the community. And I think when I first got here, the simple explanation for our engagement with the community was that when they built this building, a lot of the money came from the community.
Yes.
But I don't think, that's really not what it's about anymore, or maybe not even what it was about then. It really is about the way the campus looks at the community and the obligation that the campus feels to be a part of the community. We've always thought that that's part of what we do. And and in part, you can't tell our students from the rest of the community by and large. And I think we've done a lot of good work with our digital projects in making the history and the culture of the city available to the community at large.
Absolutely. You were a very good choice.
Well, thank you. And what I would say is that you're one of my favorite cheerleaders. You do that really, really well.
Well,
so.
It's my pleasure, believe me, to do that.